There are moments when life quietly takes things from you, not out of cruelty, but out of mercy. You don't see it that way at first. You only feel the emptiness where something used to be. But sometimes, the empty spaces are where the healing begins. If you've ever felt that hollow ache, this story is for you. Subscribe to the Tales Beyond Word for more motivation and healing. She used to keep everything, old letters, broken bracelets, text messages she should have deleted long ago. Maya believed that holding on meant she was strong, that letting go meant defeat. But strength, she would learn, isn't always in the grip. Sometimes it's in the release. It began one quiet evening, rain against the window, the city humming like a tired lullaby. Her apartment was small, cluttered with remnants of who she used to be, a life she once called full. She sat on the floor beside an open box. Inside, memories she'd buried instead of healed. The photograph on top was of her and Ethan, their smiles frozen, but their eyes already distant. The picture had been taken right before everything fell apart, before the silences became heavier than the words. Maya traced the edge of the photo with her thumb and whispered, "I miss the person I was when this picture was taken. Not him, just me." And that was the moment she realized what loss had really been trying to teach her. Loss wasn't about losing them, it was about finding you. The rain fell harder. It sounded like the sky was letting go too. She picked up another thing from the box, a note from an old friend she hadn't spoken to in years. They had drifted after life pulled them in different directions. No fight, no betrayal, just the quiet distance that grows when two souls outgrow their chapter together. She smiled softly. Maybe not everyone is meant to stay. Maybe some people are just meant to walk beside you for a while, to teach you something you wouldn't have learned alone. And when their time is done, they go. But their footprints remain, gentle reminders that you were loved once. She stood up, walked to the window, and opened it. The cool air touched her face, brushing through her hair like forgiveness. For the first time, she didn't try to close it out. She let the rain fall on her hands. Ethan once told her she was too sentimental for her own good. Back then, she took it as a flaw. Now she saw it as her strength. To feel deeply in a world that numbs so easily, that was her quiet rebellion. Still, she couldn't deny how heavy it had all become. The memories, the attachments, the endless wishing things had turned out differently. So one by one, she began to let go. The photograph, the letters, the dried flowers he once gave her. Each drop into the trash felt like a heartbeat, loosening its grip on the past. And though her eyes burned with tears, she smiled through them. Because maybe, just maybe, she wasn't losing, she was clearing space for herself to exist again. Days turned into weeks. Her apartment grew lighter, emptier, but not lonely. The absence felt peaceful, the same way a forest breathes after a storm. She started walking in the mornings again, something she hadn't done in years. She'd pass by a small cafe on her way to the park. The barista, a kind woman with a quiet smile, would always greet her with a simple good morning. At first it felt strange to smile back, but over time it became easier. And one morning, when Maya walked out holding her coffee, she realized she hadn't thought about Ethan at all. Not once. Healing had crept in so silently, she almost didn't notice. She began journaling again, writing not about what she lost, but what she was learning. That closure isn't something you get, it's something you give yourself. That you can love someone and still know they're not meant for your journey anymore. That the things that fade away often make room for things that are meant to stay. And that maybe the person you become after the storm is the person you were meant to be all along. One evening, she stood by her window, the same one where the story began. The rain was falling again, but this time it didn't sound like sadness. It sounded like a song she finally understood. She whispered to the quiet room, "The things I lost along the way were never meant to stay." And with that, she smiled, not because everything was perfect, but because she finally understood that it didn't have to be. Some things end so better ones can begin. Some people leave so you can return to yourself. And sometimes, the loss you feared most becomes the light that guides you home. Let me know what you think about this story in the comments, and if it touched your heart, hit the like button. For more motivational and healing stories like this one, join our community by subscribing to our channel, The Tales Beyond Word.